So thank you so much to be here. I'm really excited because this peculiar situation, we are introducing the new loudspeaker system by Diapason. Maybe you know that Diapason is not so used to make a lot of products, a lot of different models, and normally Diapason take the production models for very, very long time. I really don't like to make every day something new. I look for something new every day. So I introduce myself. I am Alessandro Schiavi, the founder of Diapason, that I founded in 1987. In 1987, I was 22 years old. I was making recording for EMI, Fone with Giulio Cesare Ricci, and make the historical records for the local theater in Brescia. I decided to open the loudspeaker company because the musician asked me to make a loudspeaker system for their listening, for their hi-fi system at home. And I'm so happy today to introduce this new speaker. Few years ago I met Paolo, that I invite here with me. Please, Paolo. I met Paolo Tezzon 2 years ago. We discovered that we have a lot of in common about the loudspeaker design philosophy, and especially the Italian way to make these speakers, exactly. And we decided to start with a new design with a lot of ideas that come from the past of Diapason, the early age of Diapason, a lot of ideas, and of course the modern current philosophy about the loudspeaker design. I think we were able really to make something interesting. So now I invite Paolo to start with a more deep introduction of loudspeaker system.
Absolutely, thank you Alessandro, and thank you everybody for joining us in this beautiful event, because it brings us a lot of emotions to be here introducing this speaker to you, because it's been a lot of work, a lot of passion, a lot of, let me say, love. And I will start introducing the name of the speaker, which is Didascalia, and it's something which is very strongly connected to what Alessandro just said. Didascalia in ancient Greek language means the teaching, the lesson. And what we want to point out strongly, because there is the risk of misunderstanding here. We're not giving any lesson to anybody. We're just tributing lessons we received, we were blessed to receive. So this speaker is called Didascalia because it's a tribute to the several lessons we received, particularly when it comes to the Italian approach of design of loudspeaker system for home environment. You know, in our country we have a huge tradition. I was blessed to be born and raised inside a good portion of this tradition. Alessandro here is another pillar of this tradition with his work with the Diapason history, which started almost 40 years ago. And we really felt that there is the cultural duty to bring this tradition moving forward, and to allow this knowledge not to be lost. This is the overall concept we came up with. So we started designing a speaker pretty crazy, because we're talking about, first of all, a two-way design, okay? Which is a cherished configuration, electroacoustic configuration in the Italian history. And as everybody knows, among the audiophiles, the two-way design has several advantages in terms of transparency, immediacy, phase coherence, but has some limitations as well when it comes to the extension in the bass, and also when it comes to the size of the music reproduction. And our challenge and our goal was to bring this design, which has been so important in the Italian loudspeaker design tradition, and overcome the limitations with some crazy ideas. First of all, we have a cabinet construction which is made out of the use of solid wood. And solid wood is another important element in the history of Italian loudspeaker design and in the history of Diapason particularly, because every Diapason loudspeaker has been realized in solid wood. Here we have 8 stabs of solid walnut which are glued together, CNC machine outside and inside, outside to provide a certain shape which is functional to the sound. And inside, because they are providing the proper loading and closure with such a shape which is avoiding standing waves and reflections internally. But also those 2 big cheeks, which are, as you might see, which are connecting left and right to the shape of the speaker. They are also acting like damp shells. And so they damp the resonances. They add their own proper contribution to the sound because solid wood is unique. And this is involving, of course, a lot of knowledge coming from the past, because dealing with solid wood makes our job closer to the luthier's one. You need to season properly, you need to cross-grain the stabs, you need to learn all those sorts of things. Then the cabinet is also realized using an inner structure which is based on Cosno-object materials. The baffle and the main internal rib is made out of high-pressure, multi-layer Baltic birch wood, which is extremely strong. It is almost bulletproof. And then we have a very important function in the use of aluminium. We have several aluminium plates which are covering and creating an exoskeleton to the overall structure, so that the overall structure becomes extremely strong, extremely stiff, virtually no resonance happening inside of our cabinet construction. This solid wood allowed us to overcome one of the limitations of the two-way design, because there is a loading surface left and right of the speaker doing this job. And this way we were able to make the sound very big out of a two-way system. The other concept which allowed us, another important thing before going to the second limitation of two-way design, is that this speaker has a mechanical time alignment of the main emission transducers. So basically their emission centers, they are perfectly positioned in order to reach the listener ears at the same exact time once the listener is placed 2 meters away from the speaker itself. And this is providing a huge benefit when it comes to the staging ability. And Italian speakers were always cherished for having good staging ability, and we wanted to announce this particular feature. The other limitation of a two-way design is the extension in the bass. So here creativity came up helping us, because we did really something crazy. First of all, we have an oversized loading enclosure. Thanks to our partnership with Scanspeak, and we would like to thank James for being here supporting us even in this moment, we were able to design from scratch transducers having a certain set of tier small parameters, which were able to work on an oversized enclosure. Plus, we added 2 high surface passive units. So basically this speaker is a two-way design, but is able to easily reach in a linear fashion 40 Hz, and we have 35 Hz at -6 dB, which is a remarkable result. So basically with this design we were able to overcome 2 of the main limitations of a two-way design: size and extension in the bass. Of course the third limitation is impossible to overcome, which is power amping. Clearly, otherwise we needed to use a PA speaker units, very big, but at that point we would have lost all the beautiful things that we have with extreme high quality high-end music reproduction. The speaker and the cabinet is decoupled from the floor through a suspension system which inhibits, some elastomer inhibits the transmissions of vibrations to the listening environment, so you have a super clean music reproduction. The speakers, just briefly, we have a custom designed tweeter which is using a Carl-Müller diaphragm and an extremely powerful neodymium magnet system. We have an amazing mid-woofer. We are using the best of the best in terms of magnet system, because it's based on the air-seared technology of Scanspeak. And there's a diaphragm that we love so much. It's a paper air-dried blend of pulp and nylon fibers. And then we have some hand treatments to properly get the perfect sound we were looking for. The passive units are racetrack shaped, oversized left and right. And another interesting feature is that the passive units, even if they're passive, they're provided with a manual system so that we can adjust or electromechanically break their excursion in order to match the acoustic characteristic of any given listening environment. So, or matching the taste of the music lover using Didascalia, because you can tune them in 3 different levels. So you can have them completely open for the full bass response, but then you can damp them and have a little bit more control in the bass, particularly if you're dealing with a smaller listening environment. What else? Last but not least, we have a wonderful balanced circuit design for the crossover network. We use the best of the best. We use Mound of capacitors, top of the line, and it is hand-wired point-to-point, no PCB involved. The speaker is fully wired with Van den Uhl cables, which we have a very strong relationship. We are also sharing the room with Van den Uhl, and we are using Van den Uhl electronics. We have Mark Van den Uhl right here. And I guess it's even too much.
Yeah,
Do you want to see it?
What is the price of the speaker? The price?
The price, they're going to retail in Europe 59,000. 59,000 VAT.
900, yeah.
And there are several, we had during this month, we had several newspapers coming visiting us, and we are about to spread a lot of news about speakers. Suono came visiting us 1 month and a half ago, and he was witnessing the process of creating the speaker, and a lot of information about Didascalia will come out in the social media of our beloved passion. Okay? Shall we go?
Wait a bit.
Yes,
Now.
yes.
Didascalia.
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 Didascalìa. Okay, shall we go? 1, 2, 3.
Here it is.
Here it is.
And speak. This will be available on the market
From now.
from now.
This is now?
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Italian legacy and elegance.
Yeah. So, we start listening to some music. I removed those stuff and I let Alessandro perform some music for you.
Excuse me, who made the passives?
Scanspeak.
Scanspeak, it's very
Yes.
similar to old Kev B.
Of course, the inspiration, the source of
original
inspiration
design.
was the B139 from KEF. It's a racetrack shaped based unit. We used the same surface area, but even the rubber surround is slightly different. It's produced by Kermuller, and this is like all the Didascalia speaker. It is a custom design. Actually, it is our design, and Scanspeak supported us with our crazy ideas. But they were really crazy.
But is there any reason that it's a racetrack shape?
Of course, because you can,
Circle?
maximize the emitting surface with an interesting form factor. So, obviously, this technology platform will allow us in the future to come up with other models. So, having this shape would be beneficial, particularly for some other models to come.
I know. When you have a narrow baffle.
For instance.
Okay, we start with a little music. Okay, voice and bass. No, take it, no.
Baby mine, don't you cry. Baby mine, dry your eyes. Rest your head close to my heart, never to part, baby of mine. Little one, when you play, don't you mind what they say? Let those eyes sparkle and shine, never a tear, baby of mine. And if they knew, sweet little you, they'd end up loving you too. And all those same people who scold you, what they give for just the right to hold you. From your head to your toes, you're not much, goodness knows, but you're so precious to me, cute as can be, baby of mine.
Okay, so good extension in the bass range, good sound stage, and everything is very balanced. So nothing is, out of control. Everything is really well controlled, and it's so easy to drive them with any kind of amplification. We had very long listening tests also with entry-level amplification system, small integrated amps, and the feeling is always you can reach the top of the quality of the listening of the source you are using.
What is the efficiency?
90
90.
dB.
And
With an impedance model around 8 ohms,
Oh, so-
real 8 ohms,
so-
very stable,
so very easy to drive.
very easy. As I told you, also with the tube amps is very satisfying with small amplification. So it is very easy to manage the different emission from the loudspeaker depending on the source and amplification we are using.
I
So-
like the Greek characters. that you
Yes,
have
of
here.
course.
So it's reading the name in the Greek
Yes,
literacy.
you have to see it in the back.
With everything.
Yes, yes.
Sigma, Delta, Kappa, Lambda,
Yeah.
everything
Yes, yes,
included.
Yes, I tell you the reason I started to name the Diapason loudspeaker in Greek, in Old Greek. Please. Because my sister was studying Old Greek at school, so she suggested me, but our culture comes from the Greek culture, so she suggested me to use the name in Old Greek, and it was fantastic. The first name I gave to a Diapason loudspeaker was the Adamantes. Adamantes for me is a very special loudspeaker system, still in production after 35 years. So I have my friends from Switzerland that are using the Adamantes at the Sobieski Hotel, so you can have a listening over there. Now we change completely kind of music. We go to the past, and I have a good recording with Frank Sinatra.
Right.
Out of the tree of life I just picked me a plum. You came along and everything started into hum. Still it's a real good bet, the best is yet to come. Best is yet to come, and babe, won't that be fine? You think you've seen the sun, but you ain't seen it shine. Wait till the warm-up's underway. Wait till our lips have met. And wait till you see that sunshine day. You ain't seen nothing yet. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? Best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. Come the day you're mine. I'm gonna teach you to fly. We've only tasted the wine. We're gonna drain the cup dry. Wait till your charms are ripe for these arms to surround. You think you found me all, but baby you ain't left.
Actually, I can explain one more. The Greek language is so important for Diapason. A good question was, why not Latin? Why not from Latin? Because the Latin culture comes from the Greek culture, of course. It's older. And actually, and philosophically, there are so many intriguing thinking in the past philosopher in Greece. And we can find a lot of information in the current Italian culture.
Magna Grecia, Magna Grecia.
Also, yes. I'm very happy there is a friend from Greece, of course. And this component really try to be a cultural operation, not just a new product to place in the market. It's often,
Statement.
yeah, it's something available from a different market, a new product, a new price, the people, the customers. We try to go a little out of this business situation, something that is very enjoyable to listen with any kind of amplification. Of course, it is expensive because we place a lot of effort inside, very, very, very long engineering, very, very long tests, a lot of components that was just made for the prototypes and will be never used. So you have no idea the investment we did to make these final results. So this is something very important, a game changer in Diapason. This is very important to know. Didascalia is now a real game changer in the Diapason philosophy in the next years. Okay, one more track.
Can I just get a photo of your name tag? If you're,
Yes,
just so I make sure I got the stuff. Thank you.
Okay, just a sec. I have another very old recording that I like so much.
After 16,308 takes 7.
And now the purple dusk of twilight time steals across the meadows of my heart.
High up in the sky, the little stars climb, always reminding me that we're apart. You wander down the lane and far away, leaving me a song that will not die. Love is now the stardust of yesterday, the music of the years gone by. Sometimes I wonder why I spend the lonely night dreaming of a song. The melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again with you when our love was new, and each kiss an inspiration. But that was long ago. Now my consolation is in the stardust of a song beside a garden wall. When stars are bright, you are in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale, a paradise where roses grew. Though I dream in vain, in my heart it will remain.
Perfect. If you have any question about the loudspeaker, me or Paolo can answer you, of course, and give you more information. Otherwise, I know that the show is very long for everybody.
So,
please.
so it's walnut,
Yes.
aluminum,
Yes.
leather.
Yes.
Any other materials on the front, just for the cosmetic?
No, from the cosmetic standpoint, we have nothing else. We have walnut, solid walnut, of
Yep.
course, CNC machine, silver anodized aluminum, and dark brown eco leather. Of course, the spikes are polished steel.
It's very important to know that inside everything you can see outside, there is a frame, very peculiar frame, a structure, we can say, very similar to a bridge. Very rigid, at the same time, it's perfect to avoid resonance and control resonance.
And the frame is made of?
It is a multi-layer of wood and high-density material combined.
And the passive